Well, hello, brothers and sisters of the Briar. Professor Jeremiah here, and
Three Rivers, welcome.
welcome to another Falcon Friday. I haven't even lit my bowl yet, but this is even a very special evening because this is none other than Rosh Hashanah, the Jewish New Year. And I would blow the trumpet for you, but my co-host made mention that it blocks the sound out. So all you will see is my face turning red, I do believe. We'll give it a try.
Red or purple it is. Try harder.
You want to see me pass out?
No.
This is a ram's horn for those who don't know.
Mm.
Well, let me get this Falcon pipe lit. You will see that this is another bowl. And actually, I will say this is another still as well. But this is the Marrakesh rusticated. I had told Steve about this and I fell in love with it. And it was just a great shape. So I really was very pleased with it.
Well, I'm on the, as we calling it now, the Jack Hargreaves tribute pipe with the Dublin rusticated and the brown stem. I think they call it the extra, don't they? But if you missed the live stream we did the other night, last Friday, you're going to put a link to my smoking shop where you can get this combination. I mean, anyone in America, Canada, Europe, Great Britain, Ireland, they cover all that area. Certainly not for tobacco, not everyone for tobacco, unfortunately, Sibiu, but certainly for the pipe. And they do have a vast array of accessories there. And I'm smoking in it Uncle Jack's old favourite, Rich Dark Honeydew, now called Rich Dark Spring Dew, with the Burley, Virginia, maple topping. It says honeydew topping. I can only assume that, I would say, I've seen honey before now, but it does on certain sites say honeydew. Well, there we go.
I will say, for those on Instagram, I did post that as a link on my Instagram account. I'm simply Professor Jeremiah on Instagram. And let me show you. I'll hit refresh on here. There's a picture of the bowl. And the contact information, or this is the information in particular on the pipe. The price says in stock as of last week. And the shop's info. So all that's posted on Instagram also. So you can go there and easily get it as well. And we'll have it hopefully in the bucket below here before the day is over.
Well, just reflecting on last Friday, Professor, it was a wonderful fellowship, wasn't it? So much. Everybody contributing, pipe, bud, tree, in particular now called Mr. Falcon, or the Falcon man, yeah, and Sibiu from Bucharest, Romania, who gave us a bit of history behind it. But he was bringing in so much information, and then Copperbeard. His Christian name escapes me. I do apologise. Was it Paul? Well, anyway, I do apologise, but great contribution there from everybody. Great fellowship. There's a few trying. We weren't able to, for some reason, a couple weren't able to get the link in, but we'll try and rectify that for the next live stream, which might be in a couple of weeks.
I think I had one individual. I don't know if either the email address, I think I just responded. I believe it may have gone in the junk mail folder, the invitation. So do apologize for that. But hopefully when we do this next month, we will be able to catch you then. I just say, I've been smoking away at this every night. I've smoked my Falcon, not just Friday. And that's a rarity. I mean, before I didn't smoke my Falcon pipe this much. And I think I've definitely developed a new love and respect for the Falcon. So for those who might have missed the the Falcon chimney. There it is. And that's the 50 millimeter. I will say probably could have gone with the 40 millimeter, but I went with the 50, and it's a long smoke.
And also in the chat room, which I didn't have access to on the night, there was some wonderful comments coming in there as well, wasn't there?
There were for sure. And I'm looking to see how many folks. We got 6 people watching now. Be sure and pop in over at the chat and drop us a message. Tell us where you're watching from if you'd like. One of the things we touched on this just a little bit the other day, and I have kind of a theory, and I didn't even share this with Steve first because I wanted to see what his thoughts were afresh on this. But the little rings that you drop down the bowl of the Falcon, let me unscrew this so you can see. Now, this one, I probably didn't clean it out yet. So, no, well, yeah, you can see a dirty ring down in there. But I started thinking, I was thinking at first that these were probably manufactured specifically for the Falcons, but I'm kind of thinking now that somebody saw a great marketing scheme. And I have a theory that I think that this is always a remnant of the process of making pipe cleaners, because not all of them had the metal bit on the end of them. Like that one does. And so I'm thinking maybe this metal bit is what sticks in the machine when they wind it up, and then they cut that and drop it.
Why? Well,
because you wouldn't normally have this metal, that metal bit you wouldn't have, as a pipe cleaner to go in your bowl. So it's going to be a fresh cut, but that also gives them, instead of this being thrown away, they have it for a Falcon.
Well, the naked bit of wire that goes down the tube, down the stem. But if you put in one of those that still have the fluff on it, for want of a better description, I try to make some of my own, and the first one I did was exactly like that one that's got, still got the coating on, and it blocks the air tube. So you really, it's a no-no. But you have another, so they should have that metal really, so they can still get the draw. But you came up with another option, didn't you? That you do, yeah, with a normal. Sorry, it's not a bayonet, is it?
Scissors. And I just cut a bit off. Take my space pen and curl it around the end of it. But I leave the end open, yeah, and just stick it down in the bowl.
Yeah. Not everyone's got a space pen.
They don't. Works in space. I didn't test it out, or underwater.
But yeah, I think that's a failure though, if it's got a tail on it like a lamb's tail. In my experiment, that just blocked up the draw.
Yeah, well, one of them in this pack has it, so maybe this was the last pack at the end of the day. Yeah. Maybe Phil was late getting home from work that day and just started, jabbing them in the pockets or something.
Mm-hmm. I'm just coming back to, I haven't got access.
Board, Danish mixture, but that's what I've been smoking away on.
Just going back to last Friday in the chat room, there's a number of people saying who would like to have come in, and we had a bit of technicality there, but it's just so good to see so many new names coming up, or not necessarily new to me, but maybe to some other people in the fraternity. So yeah, maybe, well, I noticed several of them said, I've got my Falcon, I've just got it today, and all that, all ready to come and have fellowship with you. So yeah, it'd be nice if we could get them in. There was one or two there, not presenters, which would be lovely if they came in, because it's a nice way of just breaking yourself in easy. If you just sit there and listen and maybe have the odd comment that comes in, it'd be nice.
Yeah.
My birthday was back in May. Okay. And my son was going to get me, he said, "What do you want for your birthday, Dad?" Well, there's a book that came out, I think, oh, crikey, I'm going to get absolutely shot here. But I think it originally came out in the 50s, either maybe early 50s, around, or late 50s. And it's by Georges Simenon, the author of Maigret. And the book is set that the character, Maigret, is talking to Georges Simenon about the escapades that he's had within these books. And I think it's fascinating. So I said, "Gal, get me one of those." There's hardback, there's paperback. But unfortunately, what you've got to be careful of, some, if not a lot, are in French. Although I think Georges Simenon was Belgian, wasn't he? But his language was French. So you just got to be careful. So trying to find one, we sort of stumbled a bit. But as a dad, I can't get you this. And he came round the other day and he says, "I've got you."
There you go.
Out of town.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And going back to his original series, The Old Country. Can you see that?
Yeah, yeah.
And going back, well, not going back, but also Jack's Country. So I've got some wonderful reading there. I'm fairly, well, The Out of Town I've now read. And he's going back to his early days and with his father. He called him the old man. Never seemed to call him dad or anything. It was just the old man. But yes, going to boarding school and one thing and another, and then coming through. Yeah, it's a fascinating background to the man himself. So yeah, I'm blessed, absolutely blessed. Oh, I could not be happier, because I thought, I've been trying to get one of these books, anyway, I was struggling. But they're there on Amazon, and that's a strange thing for me, Amazon. I don't go there, so I was probably never going to get those on my own bat anyway. So yeah, some good reading for sure.
Trooper wanted to say hello.
Oh, Trooper. Oh,
She's more worried about Scout now.
Yeah, he's looking for Scout. Hey. Oh yeah. Oh. Oh yeah. Oh, Dad, what have you got in your pocket?
Yeah, I don't know what I had in my pocket.
Yeah. Molly kept following me. It was only last week she was following me around everywhere, and normally she just watch me, but this time she's following me to heel just around the house everywhere. So, and then she'd sit and just look at me, and I put my hand in my pocket, and I'd forgotten I had a biscuit, and she knew it was there. Anyway, go on.
I was going to show everybody real quick just the my smoking shop real quick. I was going to show you this link just so you can see it. Of course, you can navigate to it either with the link that I will give you, but you can also get there by just going to my smoking shop, and if you click on pipes and then Falcon, this is going to be the first one that comes up. And it says Falcon extra straight stem with Falcon Dublin rusticated bowl, Jack Hargreaves tribute pipe. And we can click on it and it'll give you a little bit of info. And if you bought one, do go ahead and go there and review it. I don't know if you'll have to have bought it from their shop to review it or not, but definitely go and give it a review. And here you can get the details, but it makes mention of Three Rivers and myself on YouTube. So go check that out and get you this Falcon. So it's a beautiful bowl shape.
Yeah, see.
Throw that out there. We're not getting paid. We're not even getting a free pipe. not yet anyway out of this. And maybe if somebody says we should get a free pipe out of it, they can offer the special and we'll promote it too.
Yeah, they've been very kind. I just gone off at a tangent, unlike me. You recognise that?
Wow. Yeah.
Do you want to tell everyone the story about this? This is actually Northern Briars, but it was copied from professors.
Yeah. So
I can never pronounce it correctly, Professor. And it's got the 2 knuckles on, everything there. The dimensions are precise because you sent them to me. I gave them to Ian Walker and he's produced that. Well, last Sunday, I was at the Glossop Pipe Show and Ian was there and he came over to me and he asked me, he said, remember the Professor pipe? I said, yeah. He said, can I borrow it? Or have you got the dimensions? Because there's somebody has seen your pipe or this, and they're commissioning a pipe with Ian. So this is going back to the barge, the narrowboat, and Ian's going to use this as a template to produce yet another professor's pipe or professor pipe.
You're a brave man.
Why? What's up?
I'd have a hard time letting go of my pipe.
Oh yeah. Well, it is Ian. He did create it. He gave it life from a block of briar. So
this is another one of Ian's pipes.
Yes.
So this was made by Thomas Sarah Spinu. But this was Ian's pipe here. So you can kind of see he's got a very similar, work already. I think this one may be more the size of what you have though, or is yours right at the size of this?
Mine is identical to yours. The specifications, even to the bend, the mouthpiece, the bit, everything is precise. This is, with Ian, he cut his teeth on producing classic shapes. And I think that's a metal of a good, pipe creator, craftsman, is those classic shapes and being able to nail them.
Absolutely.
So no, I just thought you might like to know he's going to have a cousin. So there you go.
I should check and see if we got any comments. I hadn't.
Oh no.
I hadn't seen any comments yet, so I don't know. It shows that we got 5 watching. We've lost one somewhere.
Yeah.
But
do if I can take you back to Nigeria, okay, and I'm talking probably the summer months. Can you recollect sunrise in Nigeria? And I don't mean you're in the city. I mean you're back in the sticks there. You're well away from most civilization. And could you sort of memorize or depict the sunrise there? Would it be unique? Would it be unique to anywhere else you've seen?
Depending on the time of year, sometimes if it's at the Harmattan, the dust is really up. That's more in the fall, winter of the year.
Yeah.
But the summertime, hey, you get a very crisp, sun coming up.
Huge sun. Well,
it's as you say, it's very large, very picturesque.
Well, I was watching a production on Malcolm Guite, and he features in it, and it's about his journey, if you like. I won't go into too much, but one of the opening scenes is this sunrise, and I'm thinking that's Africa. We just stamp it. That's Africa, and I passed you that. So that's the one you haven't seen. I sent over earlier today. So maybe if you want those that would be interested, and I know he has a lot of following in the YTPC, maybe you want to put a link to that I think people find it fascinating. I would hope so. I'm trying to think if he smokes a pipe in it. I think he does. Not like him being in his study, but he certainly does have one of his Petersons. I think he has during the oratory. I'm not sure. It's only about 10 minutes, but I found it absolutely fascinating. I watched it several times. But there you go. It's just a journey. It's just a journey in life. Bringing him up to date and his parents, etc. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be definitely interesting to see. Yeah.
So, Professor, we going to? Is it a couple of weeks? We'll have another gathering, a live stream.
I believe if we're both free, well, we'll talk behind the scenes a little bit more. But I think if we look at doing it around the first week of October, would probably be a good little start at it. I don't know. We'll try to nail down a regular rotating time. I don't know if we'll always be able to lock in on that, but if we're able to do it, maybe the first Friday of each month, and just have a.
All right, that might work. I know on the 8th of October is the pipe show in Nottingham, and the Glossop pipe show should be on the second Sunday, which would be the 8th, but we're having it on the 1st that month in October. So we'll be gathering at the Globe in Glossop on there from 1 o'clock through to 3-4 o'clock on the 1st, and then those that's going to make the pilgrimage down to Nottingham on the 8th. But the Friday, what do you say, first Friday in the month? We'll try for, yeah, shouldn't be too bad.
Probably let us all gather together and light a bowl, and just to give a few people an opportunity to go to my smoking shop and buy a.
Yeah, but the amount of information, it wasn't just about Falcons, was it? It was about aluminum pipes in general. I don't know what's happening to me. Aluminium pipes, but it was quite an array, and there's so much I was learning. Wonderful. I'll say Sivio and also Chris Pipetree in particular, and Copperbeard. We were talking about threads and such, and different aluminium pipes, and how the threads might be modified, etc. So yeah, it went well.
Well, and I mentioned to you this young chap that's altering the bits on his pipes, and I think he'd be of rather interest for us to get in, whether on a Falcon Friday or even a Pith Helmet matinee, just to have somebody share their experience of altering the mouthpieces on bowls. That's something I'm not really brave enough to get off into with the price of some of my pipes, but he's tackled that and really become a master of it. So interesting to see that.
Well, we were hoping Glenn might join us sometime, didn't we? Drop Bear Woodwork.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to hear some of his experience with Falcons, because that is the one thing. One comment was made like that all the rings on a Falcon's the same, but I was pretty sure Glenn had said that wasn't always the case. So I would have to say, if my back was up against the wall, I would kind of go with Glenn's experience there, because he's actually done a lot of the woodworking and trying to do the adapting with that. Now, I did find on eBay this past week, they sell some trying to think of what in particular they'd call the material, like a synthetic ring, that's threaded ring, that you could put that on a wooden bowl and it adapts to a Falcon. So it's there for carvers. So if you're a wood carver and you're carving your own bowls, and you said getting the thread to match up is maybe outside of your wheelhouse, they have this, as I say, this synthetic ring that you can put on the bottom of that bowl. And one of them, there's two options that they had on eBay. One of them had little tacks that you would drive through the ringed portion into the briar so that you got a firm grip on it. But I ordered some of those myself, and I'll give it a try and make a bowl for my Falcon.
Right. Well, that'll be interesting. But I think we said that if there's a shortage on Falcons, on pre-owned, pre-loved Falcons, they're probably in Oxford at Tree's house. He had a box full of them, didn't he?
Yeah,
He said give two and buy another 6 the next time he went out.
If you're unable to find a Falcon for sale somewhere, just contact Tree, and I'm sure he'll be able to hook you up with them. Or if you have one that you no longer want, he might would want it.
Oh, crikey.
I told Steve earlier that I could probably sneak into Chris's house and take some of his stuff and then sell it to him outside the next day.
He's got that many. Do you know, he's probably got one of those, memories that he'll know where everything is. And when he bought, in fact, he does. He was telling us, wasn't he, where he got them, when he got them. He told us his secret as well, didn't he? How to get pipes from car boot sales, but we can't disclose that unless you want to go back and watch Professor's live stream from last Friday,
where he disclosed it.
He did. He had a wonderful shirt on though, didn't he?
Oh, he did.
That was so colourful. It was brilliant. Well, there we go. I've just finished one bowl and exchanged it now for my Algiers, rusticated Algiers, with another charge of rich dark honeydew, ready to go.
Steve came loaded and ready.
Oh, well, I actually loaded it then whilst you were talking. But yeah, so it's I think we all said it. We thought it was a great success last Friday, and the information was coming through, and we said 3/4 of an hour, but it went on for about an hour and a bit, didn't it?
Yeah,
and it could easily have gone on further. I know Ron Hardcrackers was desperate to get in, and we waited and we waited. There was 7 of us there, all in suspense, but he didn't quite make it over the line, did he?
Yeah, he did. I think he was having some sort of technical trouble.
Yeah, I think he said it was his missus. That's what it was. Anyway, Professor, we drawing the line now on this, just our little heads up, and those that have joined us, thank you very much, and hope you enjoyed your Falcon.
Yeah, it's great to have everybody join in, and I'm sure there'll be many watch this beyond us recording it now. But hey, thanks for joining us for Falcon Friday and the light up. And what'd you load in this bowl that you're about to smoke now?
This is rich dark honeydew again. Uncle Jack's favourite. So open a new pack. You said you've been smoking your Falcon most of the week, as I have done, and I've only interchanged it with this Blake Mar Briar that Mike produced for the British, pipe smoking championships, and that is so light. It's the only Blake Mar I've got, and it won't be my last. If I can get to the show on the 8th, if he's there, I nearly got one of his Douglas Bader pipes at Middlewich. He had about 2, I think they were smooth bowls, and I was just talking to him about them when they made an announcement about the actual event. So everything went quiet in the marquee. In the marquee, you wouldn't where we were, where the the retailers were, and the pipe makers and such, and Sam with GQ tobaccos. You weren't allowed to smoke in there. So if people say, well, not many people smoking, it was verboten there. But once you got outside in the other marquee, yes, everything was fired up and ready to go. So there we go, Professor. Nice.
Well, we just wanted to pop in with you, and we won't take your Friday afternoon up, but we did just wanted to greet everybody and light up the Falcon, and hopefully you've got your Falcon out there loaded up and lit and ready to go, or already smoking it. And don't forget, it's the Jewish New Year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
All right, brothers and sisters. Well, go ahead. Any final words, Steve?
no, just other than thanks everyone for the support last Friday, those that were with us, those in the chat room, those that have been and seen it since, because obviously it's on your live, it's not on your video list, it's on the live list. And I would encourage those that do enjoy Malcolm Guite's videos and productions, if you'd be kind enough, I know you won't be able to do it for a few minutes, putting that link below to that, because it's not one of his, it was done for him. I think it's something called 7 or 77, I'm not sure, but it's so well done, and it gives an insight into the man and how he became a poet as well, you know. So yeah, which was a surprise to him.
Yeah, I'll put that link down there
Yeah.
below as well.
Yeah.
So. All right, brothers and sisters. Well, I hope you have a blessed weekend. And
Yeah. Yes.
God bless.
Take care. Take care. See you next time. Bye for now.